Yeah, just one of the things I was stunned by Miles' figure that the unemployment among uh, Black public school graduates is 45% between 18 and 24, post-pandemic 70%. So the need for jobs and careers is absolutely immense. And I certainly agree that most standard schools are not doing a good job, and an industry would prepare people more effectively. So I loved the micro school content tonight, as well as the industry driven piece at the end. And I love the diversity of speakers we have. For tomorrow, I want to give you a sneak preview of tomorrow. First, I'm going to put in the chat Miss Virginia. If you have not seen the film Miss Virginia, it's required watching. Maybe not before tomorrow night, but tomorrow night we have the pleasure of Virginia Walden Ford, she was a parent activist who created the DC Opportunity Scholarships, obviously with help of legislators and others. Miss Virginia is a brilliant film about the process she went through of fighting for her child. Her son was being recruited into a gang and at his public school. It is a great movie, and she fought and fought to get policies that would allow private public funds to follow her child into a private school, and really transformed his life and transformed the lives of hundreds, hopefully thousands of people. I cried throughout the movie. I laughed occasionally, but it was a very emotional movie with laughing and crying. And if you love hero flicks, I think it's the ultimate school choice hero movie of all. I love some of the others, but this is the big one. So Virginia Walden Ford live on stage tomorrow night, talking about both the Miss Virginia movie, her experience advocating for school choice, and EdChoice, the leading school choice organization where she is now a board member. After Virginia Walden Ford, we have breakout groups, including Katie Broadbent, head of learning at Prinda, comes back for her own session. Katie was on the micro school panel tonight, but Prinda is a really exciting model with many thousands of students now engaged in these home-based micro schools of 5 to 10 students. Definitely worth learning more. Lauren May, Director of Advocacy for Step Up for Students, on grassroots mobilization, tactics that work. Step Up for Students advocates for parents and school choice. And so if you want to play a role in this movement, either to help other children be liberated from their existing schools or to help your child have more options in your own community, come to Lauren May's session tomorrow. And we have Marcia Familiaro Enright, and she is with Great Connections, and her talk is on nurturing the young spirit. Great Connections is a Socratic college-based program. Marcia has a lifetime of work in Montessori, and Great Connections is a Socratic classic great books text program that helps students into the intellectual life post-college and post-high school. Mikkel Thorup is our second keynote. He'll be talking on Expat International School, and he's going to talk about his personal story from high school dropout to millionaire, why traditional education will never work. Mikkel Thorup actually was classified as a special needs child, was bullied, and by his own account, he pretty much dropped out as a middle school student, and now he runs multi-million-dollar businesses with no further education, where he helps expats relocate around the world. So he's a leading leader in his field, successful entrepreneur, and middle school dropout. I love his personal story, and he and I are actually working on the Expat International School together. Then our breakouts, we have Lindsay Hoyt of Cornerstone Classical Academy. Our own Chris Ingle helped Lindsay start Cornerstone. She's speaking on what it's really like to start a charter school. We haven't yet addressed charter schools, but that's a whole other form of school choice that's now available in most states. I've started a charter school. Somebody once compared it to starting a business while running an uphill political campaign, while also running a highly regulated social services business. And so it's a lot, but it's a wonderful way to provide for a better education in your community, and accessible in most states today. Mikkel Thurup and myself and Lacey Price will have a roundtable discussion in another breakout on when you just don't fit into the traditional model. I already mentioned how Mikkel didn't fit in. Lacey Price, one of our founders, is also someone who did not fit into the traditional model, did not like or do well in traditional school, and now she's a highly successful entrepreneur, realtor, and an amazing person who's done a huge amount for this. So let's discover how you can have a great life even when school doesn't work for you, by means of taking initiative and being an amazing entrepreneur. Then we have, again, another session with Lauren May on Step Up for Schools, on more workshopping grassroots mobilization. So Lauren will provide very high touch interaction if you want to learn how to get things going in your state or your community. Then our last keynote tomorrow is Drew Catt, Director of State Research at EdChoice, on who has it, who wants it, and what the data shows. He's one of the leading experts on school choice policy in the 50 states. It's incredibly complicated, but I think for the people in this community, it's worth really digging in and learning about the different school choice policies, what's working, what's not, which states are moving fast, what the numbers show, and so forth. So that'll be our really big picture school policy, school choice talk, the last keynote tomorrow. So, and after that, that's Wednesday. We'll have one more night Thursday. So please encourage your friends who are interested in learning more. We are working to launch a movement of parents and educators, and hopefully business and other partners, nonprofit partners, to liberate education. The more we can catalyze this movement, the more quickly we provide more options for more children. And I think we'll have a much healthier society as a consequence. So you're welcome, Kanan. Yeah, I'm passionate about this. I'm delighted to have the reception, and unless anybody has any questions, we'll wind down and look forward to seeing you all tomorrow evening.